Hello, gamers. How's everybody doing? Let's turn that down a little bit. How does my shit sound? Hopefully fine. My microphone source was not appearing, and I think I mean, yeah, I switched to the right thing. Assuming it sounds fine. We'll chill. We'll chill for a few mins. Opening up some mail I got today. It's garbage. Neat. I hope everybody had a good Tuesday. My Tuesday was fine. Weird. Yo, Kingo, buddy bro. Oh wait, this is not. This is. Cool. Gamers, how's it going? How's it hanging? You guys ready? You guys excited? Am I gonna want to turn the fan up at some point? Probably. I'll worry about that later. I'm excited. Hi, Snack. So tonight's stream title, I was originally thinking I was gonna have this be like part 1 and then just use the same thing next week and change it to part 2. But then I came up with a better stream title for next week. So we can look forward to that together. Guys, the dawn of the final day is here. We are starting the final trial of the final case of the final Ace Attorney game in this collection. But also, I may never play another Ace Attorney game, so, this could be it. What did we even do last week? Let's take a trip down memory lane and look at some screenshots, shall we? Oh, wonderful. Glue McGlueface. Right, last week was Raw. So we finally got like the full story, right? We got the Morgan Fay connection. We finally worked her back into the plot, which is great. Did not see her being the mother of Iris, who is twins with Dahlia. I did see the twin thing coming, but did not see the connection. Could not have predicted the connection there, which is crazy. Pearlie was a cute little sweeter. She threw some gravy on a painting. But she did not channel the dead Dahlia. But somebody must have. And I think we kind of narrowed it down to either being Bikini or Misty herself. As for why it would be either of them, well, I guess, I don't know, Bikini would maybe also have something to gain with, becoming the head of the Faye family. Misty, though, I mean, perhaps she just thought that perhaps she's just so powerful. Like, I think we talked about this, that she could contain the dark spirit. If you die while you're channeling someone, what happens? Does that erase their spirit? What's the mystical I don't know what word I'm trying to think of here. What's the ramification of that, We got some parting words from Godot. He's ready to find. He's gonna, we're gonna throw down with him. It's coming to a close. And as for trial, I mean, what is there even to do? Presumably we're gonna get Pearl on the stand. I feel like who's our next witness gonna be if not Pearl? Because Maya's still trapped. I could see putting Maya on the stand. Like there's got to be a hey pal, just wanted to let you know we got the kid out. We're bringing her over to you. Something's wrong, pal, and then he hangs up, and we're like, oh. And the thing that's wrong is that she's just hungry. We gotta get Maya into the courtroom at some point for some kind of dramatic reveal or moment. you know, what she saw, what she knows. That's about that's what I got in terms of predictions. I don't think we're gonna get to that tonight, but maybe. You guys ready? Let's get started. February 10th, 9:39 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 1. Good morning! Oh, are you all by yourself? Hi, Pearl. Hi, Pearly. This trial will end at all. One Piece, or One Piece. Ace Attorney will be over in 1 week. How's he gonna wrap it all up in 2 streams, you know? There's still so much. Morning, Pearly. Mr. Nick, please tell me, what's going to happen to Mystic Maya? I don't know! I'm sorry, we don't know yet. The investigation is still going on, so I wasn't allowed into the inner temple. Oh, I see. So, is Sister Iris still trying to remove those trick locks in the training hall? No, she's the defendant in this case, so she can't be at the inner temple. Well then, what the fuck? How did Pearly get here? She's meeting Phoenix by himself. Who brought her here? She's a fairly independent child. I think she gets by. She gets around. I think she knows how to use the bus pretty good now. And it's not like the map is complex, you know, to figure out. It's a straight fucking line. All she has to do is get on the bus and then wait till she knows what she sees. And then get off the bus. I think she's on good terms with the bus driver, who she sits right behind. No, I think it's adorable. She sits on the bus. She gets out her little bus time snack. Little juice box and a wheel of cheese. And then she just, you know, sits in the chair and kicks her feet and violent intent toward it. But yeah, everyone who gets on, oh my god, that kid is so fucking adorable. Sometimes they break out into song together. She's required to be here in court. Then how come she's not here in the defendant's lobby? I didn't see her on the bus. Yeah, because they don't reach the ground. I have to admit, it's kind of strange. I think Wendy Oldbag's driving the bus. Thoughts? She controls the means of transportation. If you're looking for Iris, she's in the prosecutor's lobby. They have their own lobby? I guess that makes sense. Ed Edgeworth! What's Iris doing over there? She's going over today's testimony with the prosecutor as we speak. Today's testimony? You heard me. I guess we're putting her on the stand. Iris is going to be testifying as a witness for the prosecution. Shoot. Does that mean I'm the defendant now? I know Godot keeps saying we caused Maya's death, but like, I'm not the defendant now, right? And if I was, would you be my attorney, Edgeworth? No. Shoot. It's either you or fucking Grossberg. And I do feel awful for you. Wait, what? The prosecutor is squeezing her for a confession. Or so I heard. Franziska von Karma, what are you up to? We still letting Franny do this one? I thought Godot was taking charge. I know what you're thinking, but Franziska isn't going to be the prosecutor today. Damn straight. I'm one step ahead of you, Edgeworth. What? Then who is? Who else would it be but Godot? Godot! Franziska is engaged in some important work at the Sacred Cavern. She is there whipping the shit out of those locks. Open! 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 It's fine. Like, when she does eventually, finally hit the fucking, hit the fucking black flash with her whip, and, you know, cracks open all the locks, she'll be able to rescue Maya, then just teleport back. It's the better way, for sure. Yo, what's up, Pixel? And she's engaged in some important work at the Sacred Cavern. The Sacred Cavern? Oh, you don't mean the cheese. Oh. Exactly. She has been out there all night trying to remove those trick locks. Franny! Excuse me. With the head nun's assistance, naturally. We estimate that the last of the locks should be taken care of in about 3 hours. Shoot, we gotta stall for 3 hours? I think I can do that. You guys want to talk about blood? I hope everything continues to go smoothly and we receive some good news soon. An ancient right to power up Franny's whip that took all night. Yeah, they definitely... Franny got like a whip upgrade. I think they like took strands of like Fae family hair and like imbued her whip with the Fae, with Fae magic. So now it's got, you know, so it already had the flanium tip, but now the whip itself, I don't know what you would call like the body of a whip, but that is like lined with Fae family hair. And it looks really cool. Yeah, thanks, Edgeworth. Prosecutor Godot intends to nail this case shut today. Remember how there used to be like 3 days? Be prepared to fight like there's no tomorrow, Raw. You don't have to tell me that. Touché. I can already see it in your eyes. You're not the same fever-ridden, frantic maniac you were yesterday. Yo. It's strange. On the way here, I decided that today would be the end of all this. Or, I don't know, maybe next week. Almost immediately after I made that decision, I felt myself getting stronger. It's all in the fucking text, guys. I don't know what to tell you. If you played these games and you weren't like, oh, this is actually a battle manga shonen series, I'm sorry, we are not the same person. Interesting. Maybe you've passed your cold onto someone else, literally. And with that, I leave the rest in your capable hands, partner. Edgeworth! Thanks. still don't have answers for most of the riddles plaguing this case. The circumstances around the murder of Miss Elise Dunim. No, I mean Miss Misty Fey. The impossible flight Larry claims to have seen. I still think this is somebody running across the support beams. The support wires. And what that woman is really after. That's right, the end of the last stream, there was this whole scene where she was saying some crazy shit, like that, like she maybe seemed to know that Maya was dead, or maybe, you know, like she really thought you know, that part of the family was gone already. It seemed to also maybe imply that that was like moments before getting executed. Maybe that's just me inserting drama where it doesn't belong. Could you imagine? I would never do that. But it kind of seemed like she was maybe about to die. Well, so I guess maybe we'll see if that is true or not. I will solve them all and bring this whole tragedy to an end. Because I am an ace attorney, and these are my trials and tribulations. February 10th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 7. Wasn't it just the 9th a few minutes ago, or was it? It must have been the 10th. Oh, are we on the other sides? What the fuck? Also, yo! It's 10! It's 10! Court is now in session for the trial of Iris of Hazakura Temple. Welcome back, King! I have to come clean about something. A couple of weeks ago, I think I had this prepared for the stream, the second stream of the first day of trial, when we still were Edgeworth and we had Shit Judge. I have to admit that I prepared something. I decided spur the moment at that stream that it wouldn't be necessary, or that I didn't want to use it then, but I did still have it just in case. If I needed to. If I needed to. I was going to do this and for like 6 hours, like flash this on and off. If we're gonna write our own fucking lore, we might as well write the actual judge into the last trial. Allow me to lean forward. Alright, so we don't need that, thank God. I can delete that. Remove. Don't need that. I guess I don't need this anymore probably, but you never know. I'm surprised that we considered at any point that they wouldn't have real judge into the final day. Everything about day 1 is different on purpose. You never know. I just wanted to be prepared, just in case. Oops. Court is now in session for the trial of Iris of Hazakura. Yeah, buddy bro, that's why he said of Hazakura Temple, not as to not be confused with the Iris Sagan sitting to his left. We can get this guy back? I guess so. Gulp. Your Honor, what are you... Oh, who? Me? And the studio audience fucking erupts. Well, Well, my little brother came to visit me in my chambers earlier this morning. All of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, he developed a scorching fever and fainted. Oh, wait, his little brother isn't Shit Judge, is he? Why is he Canadian? We passed our fever on to Shit Judge? That's awesome. Therefore, I'll be standing in for him. I see, Your Honor. So they're brothers. That explains a lot. I guess so. And I also hope he dies, Smack. My poor brother. He looked a bit pale. Not to mention sad that he couldn't be here. We all hate him, Your Honor. Me too. Turns out he was whipped in half and burst into flames, so he couldn't be here today. He will be missed. I think his name is Shit Judge. I think their names are Judge and Shit Judge. Turn that up a little bit. It is impossible to predict what the future has in store for any of us. This is precisely why people feel the need to judge the past. And we of the court have been charged with the solemn duty of passing such judgment. Well said, Mr. Godot, well said. Yeah, no, they were not. They were not warming up to him. He was a failure in every way. I understood exactly what you said. At least up until the end, anyway. Now then, Mr. Godot, please proceed with your opening statement. Humans are fragile, fickle beings. Our hearts change with the shifting of the tides. There is only one thing that remains a constant in this crazy world. The bitter darkness that lies at the bottom of this mug. Raw? So then you mean... forget it. What do you mean? During yesterday's trial, the accused refused to admit her role in the crime. But today, she has had a change of heart. Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple has a confession to make. Confession? The defendant? Iris. Why would we ever let the defendant anywhere near the prosecution? What do you mean my client was just in the prosecution's office without me? We're so bad at this. We let her hang out with Franny all day yesterday. Why didn't she discuss this with me? Shoot! Back to the fundamentals. Oh, Phoenix. Smecca! Very well. Welcome back, Miss Sagan. Oh, it's good to have her back. You know how fucking hard it was for me, Sis16, the person, to not say Smacka the whole first day of this? That fucking sucked. This court will now hear the defendant's confession. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules. My name is Iris. I am but a simple nun undergoing training at Hazakura Temple. And as we have a feeling that this will be a very important trial, Miss Sagan will now perform a musical number to kick things off. 2, 3, 4! Impossible rainbow arrow! Very well, thank you. Anyway, Iris. Anyway, Miss Iris of Hazakura Temple, your opening statement. Thank you. Witness, is there something that you want to confess to? Yes, but first, I want to apologize to Mr. Wright. I can't continue lying to everyone anymore. It's alright. What is it? Mr. Wright, I have to admit that I did play a part in this terrible incident. Shoot. Are you actually confessing? Wow, okay, alright. We'll be out of here by lunch. I've been hearing things about a 50. Are you saying that you were the one who murdered Miss Elise Dunim? No, I'm not, Your Honor. Ah, nuts. But I dealt with the cover-up after the murder took place. After her spirit left, I took the lifeless shell of Mystic Elise. Oh, so she is saying that she was the one to call Dahlia. Ah! And carried it to the Hazakura Temple courtyard, where I desecrated it. No. What? She did what now? What did she do to her? Order in the court. Way to go, Tessa! I said order! Witness, are you saying you were an accomplice to the murder? Yes, that's correct. What? 3 minutes in court and I'm already covered in a cold sweat. Ha! Everyone on the planet is an accomplice to something. Just happens to be that in this case, it's to murder. Maya's words ring in your ear. I'm an accomplice, Nick. What did she mean? What did she mean? Mr. Nick, I'm an accomplice. Maybe it runs in the family. Head on down to the inner temple. Oh, that one was different. By the way, I'm an accomplice. Ah, shoot. Isn't that right, Mr. Trite? Grrr. So this is the confession they were conferring about. Pains me to say this, but it looks like Iris's testimony was all a lie. Shoot, and we used it for so many things. Iris's testimony crumpled up and shoved into a pocket. Now then, little lady, if you don't mind, I've got a question for you. Whose crime were you trying to cover up by your actions? Iris was covering for someone? Now I'm definitely up the creek without a paddle or a life jacket. I've been at Hazakura Temple ever since I was a little girl. Hazakura Temple is run by one of the branch families of the Kurain tradition. One of our missions is to protect the main family. I'm sorry, but main family? I'm not familiar. Yes, and that's why I would dirty myself, if need be, to protect her. I relate. How does everything sound, by the way? Is the game too loud? Am I too quiet? Can I get a sound check? The daughter of the master of the Kurain channeling technique. Mystic Maya Fey. Doom! Huh? Oh, are we implicating Maya? Shoot. Wake up and smell the coffee, Trite. She's naming Maya! Sounds good to me. Alright. Order in the court! So who's this Maya girl? Not only did you witness the murder, you know the name of the murderer. I'm terribly sorry, but it's true. I saw her commit the crime with my very own eyes. And then I cleaned up the area to try to protect her. That's ridiculous! Maya could never do such a... The defense will refrain from commenting until the appropriate time. Fuck. It all comes back around onto Maya. You know, best views? What the hell? I want cheap views. Monetary explanation. T. What do you have to say about that? Ah, nuts. Now, witness, let's hear your testimony. What exactly happened on the night of the crime? Yes, Your Honor. I thought I was prepared for the unexpected, but I never imagined the case would wind up going in this direction. The real murderer. I went to the inner temple that night, and I saw it all happen in the garden. I saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with her staff, raw. While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Mystic Elise moved in to deliver a fatal strike. Oh my god, there was a battle? And I wasn't invited? Mystic Maya tried desperately to defend herself, and stole the weapon. It was only in self-defense. You can't blame her for it. So, it was in self-defense, hmm? Yes, Mystic Elise was the one who attacked first. That's why I tried my best to protect Mystic Maya. You moved the victim's body to the temple so that Maya wouldn't be suspected. Isn't that right? Not bad. You've got the instincts of a true criminal. Something's not quite right. I'm sure it was established yesterday that Iris never went to the inner temple that night. And that the person who did go was that woman. Iris even admitted it. Smack her. Now then, Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. Yeah, but I thought we just threw out her testimony saying that she stayed in her room all night. Sister Iris, your testimony has changed quite a bit since yesterday. You stated yesterday that, on the night of the murder, you didn't go to the inner temple. Objection! Did she now? Too bad for you. What she said yesterday doesn't mean much today. Facts change with the wind, trite. Now hoist sails and set off. By the way, where were you when she claimed that she didn't go? It was in the Inner Temple's training hall. A private conversation between the two of you does not constitute testimony. Fuck. That would be properly described as hearsay. What do you have to say, witness? I just couldn't tell him the truth at that time. Mystic Maya, she's your girlfriend, isn't she? What? Oh! I didn't want to be the one to break it to you that I saw her commit murder. There, we all understand how difficult this is for you. We've all had this happen to us at some time in our life, right? Music! Now then, let's continue with the testimony.
Hi, sis.
Hi, sis. Isaac. Isaac, thank you so much for the 58 months! I appreciate it. Welcome back to the birdcage. I've cleaned out all your shit. And just for you, the 50. Everybody's getting to the 50 this month. Yep. You get a free the 50 with your resubscribe. Well, Your Honor, I saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with her staff. You're saying that the victim attacked Maya? I mean, Miss Faye? Yes. It was a truly frightening scene. Oh, the colors. Oh, the Sakuga slap. It was horrible. No, darling. Yes, we've all been there. The Sakuga slap truly does sound horrendous. I remember when I was a boy, I used to be able to understand what you were seeing. Mystic Maya was struck hard on the head and looked like she was going to collapse. What were you doing at the time? Why didn't you stop them from fighting? I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I was frightened. I couldn't move. Their hockey was too much. I couldn't even speak. I was in such a shock. Do we think Iris knows that Elise Stunim is Misty Faye? See, I can't remember if Bikini made any such notion. That maybe Iris also knew? But she might not, and that could be a big part of cracking this. That's perfectly understandable, my dear. This doesn't sound right. I don't believe this testimony for a minute. What happened after that? While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Mystic Elise moved in to deliver a fatal strike. While Maya was injured and trying to get steady, Mystic Elise came back with a machete. Oh my god! What is this, some kind of ultimate showdown? Of ultimate destiny, Your Honor. I will. Hi, I'm here now. Hi, hello. She moved in to deliver a fatal strike? Yes, I'm sure of it. She threw down her staff and reached into her robe for a weapon. Wait a minute. What was this weapon? It was some kind of dagger. A dagger, huh? And Elise Stunim tried to stab her with this weapon? To kill Miss Faye? Yes, exactly. I'm gonna go ahead and throw up an but we'll circle back to it. You look like I did after I mistakenly took a swig of Worcestershire sauce. Worst. It was the worst. Jesus, that sounds awful. Isn't that how Stan Smith blew out his sphincter? No, that was horseradish. Do you have a problem with the testimony we're hearing from your client, lawyer boy? Do I have a problem with Iris's testimony? Yeah, kinda. Your Honor! I have a small problem with the witness's testimony. You do? But this witness is your own client. Yes, well, nevertheless. That's fine. Witness, let's add your last statement to the testimony. Yes, sir. Hey, just a moment. It's my job to say that. Listen, Gramps. I won't say it again. Final judgment will be rendered by me. Oh my goodness. Pretty raw, though. Pretty raw. Okay, now. Let's continue. I'll let it go on account of raw. She threw her staff away, huh? Of course, we know that the staff is also secretly a cane sword. Raw. can't believe we're using this almost right away. It's crazy. Mystic Elise was trying to kill Mystic Maya. I think that's why she wanted a more lethal weapon, Raw. It's true, it's not easy to inflict a deadly blow with a staff. That's why I always give my seconds a sword. Why would they need a sword? They're not actually seconds, they're just there to fucking monitor masturbation. Hey, you never know. Wait, fuck, I didn't read that. The victim herself chose to throw away her staff. We possess unknown rawledge. In case you're suffering, I guess. Oh god, it's good to have him back. Yes, that's what I saw. But the post-cum shame is too great. Oh my god. I guess, yeah, you know what? Yeah, alright. And this is all in the name of charity, by the way, don't forget. Yes, that's what I saw. Is there anything odd about that, Mr. Wright? Yeah, it's odd, alright. Mystic Elise attacked Mystic Maya with the dagger. I'm sure of this. Mystic Maya tried desperately to defend herself and stole the weapon. Maya would never steal. Wait a minute. I retract that statement. A whole non-profit about it. And then Mystic Maya, she turned things around, and then she used the weapon she had taken and lunged forward for a strike. I mean, none of us were sure how she would beat Mystic Elise, but she just, like, did a really big punch. I mean, Mystic Elise is, like, the strongest... it's the strongest fucking mystic out there. It's important not to lie under oath. Yeah, that girl does love to steal. It's hard to believe. If there's two things Maya Fey loves, it's stealing and chicken nuggets. But she would never steal chicken nuggets. That's where she draws the line. She just did a really big stab. Oh, wow, wow. Witness, are you absolutely certain? Why would she? Nick pays for them, exactly. Yes, but... it just... It just, like, hit me all of a sudden that never forget that the law office is owned by Coca-Cola. It just struck me, like, thinking about, like, Nick paying for it, that, like, his paycheck comes from Coca-Cola. It's the Wright and Cola law office. That's what the CO stands for. I saw. What do they have at McDonald's? Exactly, Kingo. I saw a post. I've seen a lot of posts have been shared with me that are like, from Tamagotchi Life. People have made like Phoenix and Maya Miis, and they get up to shenanigans. And I definitely saw one that was like, and you know, and here's what happens at the Wright and Co. law offices when they don't have a case. But I read the tweet and then I just auto corrected it in my brain to be Wright and Cola law offices. Let me turn my fan up. We'll go medium. It was on low. Oh god, what? Kingo, do they have soft drinks at Jimmy John's? I assume. Are they a cola? Are they a Coke establishment? Snack? What do they have? What do they have at the Johns? I've never been. They have Coke at the Johns, P sure. Pretty sure they're a Coke place. It's all there in the text. Yes, but believe me, she had no choice. If Mystic Maya hadn't done something, Maya Fey's name would have been written on this autopsy report instead. Yes, I see. This is bad. I still can't put the pieces together. Unless I find a contradiction in her testimony, Maya's gonna get blamed for this. I only have this to say. It was only in self-defense. You can't blame her for it. Excuse me. So you're saying Maya Fey was the one who stabbed Miss Elise Dunim? Sister Iris, is that really what you saw? Yes. We can't use the, like... I guess it would be broken if we could use the Magatama in court, right? Like, why can't I just be like, what do you have to say to this? Perhaps there's some kind of, perhaps the courthouse is built with, like, anti-Magatama bricks or something. Anti-spiritual bricks. Tisk, 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 Trey. If your mug is filled with black and bitter suspicions, the only way to get rid of them is to drink them down quick. Like this! I know that's supposed to be a metaphor, but I don't get it. Blah, 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 blah. There's only... Oh god, that was a lot of coffee. Oh, one moment. Oh, okay. There's only one thing you need to get, Trey. It's called evidence. Now hurry up, before my next cup gets cold. What does that mean? Is Godot waiting for me to point out the contradictions? I'd like to avoid the whole spirit channeling thing if I can. Yeah, that doesn't tend to go over great. Not only would it be inadmissible as evidence, but I think it might actually hurt our standing with the judge. I hate magic. And he's up there just having a side conversation with Iris. Oh, and I do hate magic. What about the magic of love? I suppose there's something to be said for the magic of love. First, I need to pick her testimony apart and expose the unnatural sounding parts. I don't know why Iris would tell a story like this, but there are two things I noticed that just don't add up. The inner temple. What about the magic of dreams? Well, I guess by law he would have to agree to that, because dreams are real. Okay, so let's see here. I can't believe we never asked, like, can I see the dagger? So we've got a couple of things here. The victim's staff sword. For sure. Yeah, only after it was proven, yeah. Ooh. Presumably someone did strike someone with the staff, though, for sure, I think. Let me press some of these kind of again. Okay, so we're Nick's throwing the sus on that statement. Oh, here we go. Wait a minute, what was this weapon? It was, oh right, some kind of dagger. Thought this was new. Threw her staff away and pulled a dagger from inside of her robe. The victim herself chose to throw away her staff. Yes, that's what I saw. Well, she threw away... She threw her staff away. How did the orb end up on the other side of the bridge? I think I'm gonna try presenting this. It seemed like he said that there were like two weaknesses here, and I think this would be one of them. The other maybe has to do with the victim's staff, but I don't know if we're ready for that quite yet. Ah, nuts. It clearly are, well, You don't sound very sure. Objection denied. Off to a great start. Oh, loss of blood from stab in back. Yeah, and when are we getting, how could the body have fallen? There's also this. I don't know if we're ready for this yet, though. Mystic Elise moved in to deliver a fatal strike. Threw her staff away and pulled a dagger from inside her robe. Tried desperately to defend herself and stole the weapon. Did she talk about, like, where she tried to stab her or something? She turned things around and then she used the weapon she had taken and lunged forward for a strike. I mean, we know she was stabbed in the back. I don't know if we're able to say... Oh, body fell 10 feet after death. I guess they could have brought her back to the other courtyard and then dropped her from a window. Loss of blood from stab and back. How could she... I don't know if I'm ready to present this. I hate that I took damage. I've taken damage on the first fucking question. We have fucking 6 more hours of trial here. It's only in self-defense. You can't blame her for it. Expose the unnatural sounding parts. There are 2 things I noticed that just don't add up. Went to the inner temple that night and I saw it all happen in the garden. Saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with her staff. While Mystic Maya was still stumbling. Mystic Elise moved in to deliver a fatal strike, and Nick was definitely throwing suspects on this line. Yeah, sometimes getting started is the hard part. The first fucking question in a lot of Danganronpa trials is always tricky sometimes. Was struck hard on the head and looked like she was going to collapse. Why does Nick think this doesn't sound right? I mean, other than the fact that it's her mom. Like, but I suppose if she was channeling Dahlia at the time, that, you know, that might be the reason. Am I pointing out here that if she was gonna attack her with her staff, she wouldn't just bonk people on the head with it? It's got a sword inside. And am I doing it on that statement? I think so. Fuck. Well, half health. I didn't try. I guess I tried the orb on this statement. It probably is on this one. Yeah, there we go. Sister Iris. There's something strange about your version of events. Huh? It's fine, we're just giving ourselves a handicap. It's, you know, to be raw. Yeah, why would she pull a dagger if she had a sword, for sure? Miss Dunim throwing her staff away makes no sense at all to me. But all you can do with a staff is hit someone on the head, Banka. Naturally, you wouldn't know this, Sister Iris, but the victim's staff had a special feature about it. It was quite raw. Judge, listen, and I think you're gonna love this. I better love it right. As you can see, it's a sword. Holy shit, that's raw. Oh, I gotta get me some of these. Do you think they make gavels like that? If Elise Dunim really had wanted to kill Maya Fey, she wouldn't have needed to use a separate dagger. Not when she already had a beautiful blade in her hands already. Wow, oh my god, oh, it's like Brook from One Piece. Well, Sister Iris, what do you have to say? These would be perfect for the seconds we sponsor. That was an impressive bit of investigating, Trey. I never would have thought there was a sword hidden in that staff. But even so, how should I put this? A long sword is unwieldy, and thus quite ineffective in close quarters combat. Maybe that's why she chose a dagger over her blade. Anyway, the type of weapon she chose to use isn't what's important. What isn't important? It's not important that you just caught us lying. What is important is that she tried to kill Maya Fey, and that's what we should be talking about right now, and nothing else, okay? He's right. How the murder was committed is really of no importance. As long as there's nothing strange about that, there's no problem with her as long as we ignore the lies in her testimony, there's no problem with her testimony. I'm afraid he's got a point, Mr. Wright. As he was the last person to speak, I am obliged to agree with him. But there is something strange about the whole testimony. Smecca! Well, Mr. Wright, the prosecution has a point. Very well, Your Honor. The defense will now present evidence to back its argument. Mr. Wright? I have here another piece of evidence that shows that this testimony can't be trusted. I do? Because Miss Elise Dunim would never attempt to take the life of Maya Fey. Am I just gonna show her profile? Me! Elise Dunim would never have attacked Maya Fey. How can you be so sure? Because the victim's real name was not Elise Dunim. Her real name was Misty Fey. Fey? No. Not Misty Fey. Who is this Misty Fey? Is she related to... Misty Fey is the master of the Kurain channeling technique. She is also the mother of Maya Fey. Are you serious? Oh my god, the Fey family. I haven't heard of them in ages. Is it really true, Mr. Wright? Was Elise Dunim actually the great Mystic Misty? There's no doubt about it. Looks like Iris had no idea. I can hardly believe it. The idea that she would try to kill her only daughter, one she hadn't seen in 17 years? Your mother. Perhaps the prosecution can offer some explanation for why she would do such a thing. This is a family affair, Godot, so stay out of it. That's my line. Order in the court. Upon first hearing the witness's testimony, it seemed natural enough. However, in light of some facts that have just been presented, 1, that the victim supposedly threw away a sword during a fight, and 2, that the two people battling to the death were mother and daughter. Despite the facts being believable when taken on their own, when taken together, the entire story seems difficult to believe. Listen, there's nothing in this world that is impossible. Except for one little thing. Yes? What is this one little impossible thing? Ha! You still don't get it. You think maybe my beans are under roasted, but you have no idea, Gramps. Could you get to your point, Scotch? I heard this witness's confession this morning. Just as I had taken the first sip of my 8th cup of morning coffee. Jesus Christ, dude. You're going to ruin your health, my friend. I'm genuinely worried for your safety. Anyway, after hearing this woman's confession, I had a detective who loves to investigate sent to the scene of the crime. Hey, pal, it's me. I'm in a little box. And he discovered this little beauty. Shoot. Is that the dagger the witness testified to seeing? Also looks like something my seconds would use. Obviously, Your Honor. Was Elise Dunim one of my seconds? Perhaps I should look into this. But do you not notice something else? Oh, now that you mention it, if you look closely, there appears to be blood on it. Where did you find that? I didn't see that when I investigated the crime scene. We put it there just a few hours ago. Did you investigate the pine tree at the crime scene? Pine tree? Huh? The pine tree? This dagger was stuck in the backside of the pine tree. But it's a 2D liminal space. If I can't see it, I can't investigate it. That sounds like your problem, Trite. Oh, Phoenix. I thought we knew that we could turn things. I thought we knew that we could turn things around and see more things. We haven't been investigating these 3D spaces at all. We've just been looking at them and pointing and doing bits. We don't actually do anything. Oh, we're so bad at this. When the last blow was struck, ending the violent battle between the two women, this little baby was thrown in the direction of the back of the pine tree. Is that really a pine tree, by the way? Like, no, right? Smacker. Smacker. Which means the blood on the dagger belongs to the victim, correct? Ha! Were you even listening, old man? Nope, first view only. I first heard this confession this morning, just as I had taken the first sip of my 13th cup of morning coffee. I thought it was only 8! I didn't have enough time to get the blood analyzed on such short notice. Oh, so it's worthless. In any case, the court will accept the dagger as evidence. Furthermore, I order that a blood test be performed on it immediately. This is my sweetheart. Make sure you treat her right. Smacker! Bailiff, get this piece of evidence to the crime lab for testing immediately. Dagger! Now then. What the hell? It's like a Japanese pine. I see. Hi, can't actually hear anything, but I'm excited to watch this tomorrow. Ooh, hi zebra, bye zebra. Hi bye. They have them in gardens and things. Okay. Now then. The testimony we've just heard had numerous unbelievable aspects to it. However, after having found the very dagger the witness spoke of, I believe we can consider her testimony to be credible. Cute girls never lie. Ever. Smacker! In any case, witness, if you could please testify again to this court. About what, Your Honor? About the incident you saw. The battle between the two women. Was it raw? Was it hot? Did they kiss? Yes, Your Honor. They did! Excellent! All right. Miss Sagan, note that down. The battle. Mystic Maya stumbled briefly after being hit over the head with the staff. But then, she dodged Miss Elise's next attack and stole her weapon. Oh, raw. The battle. Suddenly, Mystic Elise was the one on the defensive, with her back to the stone lantern. The red. And then the judge asks this. Well, you know. That's when Mystic Maya stabbed Mystic Elise. Mystic Elise managed to fling the knife away, but then she collapsed. That was a very heartbreaking story. don't know if there were any bad feelings between them, but it had been 17 years since Mystic Misty's disappearance. Perhaps they simply didn't recognize each other anymore.
That seems reasonable. Perhaps they just didn't know and decided to kiss anyway then.
Smacker!
Now then, Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. How tragic. Mother and daughter, and they didn't even know.
All right, so clearly we are getting at but she's got stabbed in the back. What do you mean?
Well, if either of them had noticed you, they might not have continued their battle.
I wonder if that's true. The two of them, they were standing near the garden's stone lantern. I was watching the whole thing from behind. Doing nothing, of course.
How can I make this about Yamato? How can I make this about Yamato?
Well, I went and defused the bomb real fast, but then I came back and still didn't do anything.
Defused a bomb, you say? How heroic!
It was dark where the two of them were, so...
I guess Maya Fey just didn't even know Misty was Zero.
I watched episode 9 of Code Geass today. It was a good one. I think that's why they didn't see me.
So it was dark in the garden when the murder took place.
Didn't we establish that the lights were on, or were they off? I don't remember. The OP was slightly different today. It was the same song, but there were new, you know, graphics. There were new things in it. A couple of things where I was like, ah! A couple of things where I was like, oh, okay, so the plot. This is what these characters are going. This is what some of these characters are going to do. I'll have to see it more often. I liked in the first version of the OP, like when it would like transition from like it would be like Suzaku and Yuffie and like the rest of the like the royal like guard and family, and then it would like, you know, fade into like Suzaku and Lelouch and like Shirley like all at the school. They did a couple of more of those. They added a third one where then it like scene transitioned, and this time C2 was the like focus point into the like third transition. I thought that was cool. I'll have to see the second version more to really get a preference.
So it was dark in the garden when the murder took place. Tell me, what did Miss Maya Fey do after she was struck?
But then, she dodged Mr. Lisa's next attack and stole her weapon. Whoosh whoosh, whoosh whoosh, wabam. I also like that part, Snack. I also like that part. It definitely is the like, well, this is like a really good scene. This is like a really good cut of animation, so we're gonna put it in. I think it does that scene where Colin jumps out of the truck in her nightmare, and then I think it cuts to like, I think it's Suzaku or maybe it's Lelouch like riding on a horse like on the school grounds, and I'm like, one of these scenes is not like the other. What happened to the victim's staff then? In that, I think that horse looks kind of janky. But I don't know, maybe if or when it comes up in the actual anime, I'll be like, point! And that'll be exciting. What happened to the victim's staff then? I'm not sure. The area was very dark, so I really couldn't see. I think it got knocked away somewhere as the fight escalated.
That makes sense. That would explain the need for the dagger.
I believe it, because it just seems like a weird, scene. Mystic Elise raised the dagger to strike, but Mystic Maya dodged it at the last second. Swing! The dagger struck the lantern and fell to the ground. And then at some point, Mystic Maya picked it up. Nothing sounds especially strange yet.
What did the victim do?
You're saying that Maya Fey turned the tables on the victim? The only thing Maya Fey turns the tables on is Chicken McNuggets. Yes. She's like Dua right now, Maya. She's doing her like side profile, like, we gotta lock in, Nick, pose, I bet. I think she's like, Mom, do you want to partake in a 50? And she's like, oh my god, what? Yes, when you eat 50 Chicken McNuggets. Oh, dear lord. But Mystic Maya wasn't herself at the time. After all, her life was in danger. How many McNuggets? Yeah. Oh, it's not so bad. You get 2 barbecue cups. Only 2? Yeah, Mom. And then he said, "You're not even and then he said that she was prettier than me." Oh. I've made a mistake. I should have stayed and raised you no matter the cost. I still can't believe it. The idea of Maya cornering someone at knife point, it's just silly. Why would she start dumping all that on her? Well, you know. Who knows what'll bubble up to the surface. And then, Mom, and then he said it was a stepladder. Oh, Maya, dear. As they say, a cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal. I believe the correct description of a cornered fox is scared and petrified. Your animal analogies have grown tiresome. It was your analogy!
Anyway. So, after Maya Fey backed the victim into the stone lantern, what happened next?
That's when Mystic Maya stabbed Mystic Elise. Oh, do I just get this picture? Cool. Are you absolutely certain that's what you saw? Yes, I'm almost certain. Almost? The garden was dark. I couldn't really tell who was who. What did you just say? So in other words, it could have been someone else entirely.
Objection!
We know that Maya Fey was at the Inner Temple that night, and that the woman that was killed was Elise Dunim. Isn't it fairly obvious who attacked who? I guess not. Yes, Your Honor. Then Mystic Maya rushed straight into Mystic Elise. Then Mystic Elise doubled over and fell to the ground.
So she was stabbed in the stomach, huh? Just like we practice.
Yes. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Where did that dagger go? I have no idea. It was dark and I couldn't see.
According to the detective who found the dagger. It was stuck into the pine tree in the garden, pal.
Most likely it was flung toward the tree after the struggle.
Free 10-piece McNuggets with first purchase? Duh!
That is the most likely explanation, yes. After being stabbed in the stomach, did the victim collapse right away? Now that I think of it, she seemed to stare at Mystic Maya for a while. And Mystic Maya stood there, not moving an inch.
Well, that sounds nothing like Maya.
It felt for a moment like time had just stopped. Oh my god, her ability. But then, suddenly, as if the spell had worn off, Mystic Elise fell over. Seems like a reasonable story at first. But there's one thing that is completely impossible. The very idea of Maya stabbing someone. Hey, Nick, I think he pictures her in her mind and she's doing like sick knife tricks with like a butterfly knife, like well, she would never stab someone, I'm sure of it. That alone is impossible, which means this faulty testimony must contain another contradiction. Okay. I think if we're not doing the autopsy here, then I had no idea. Was she stabbed for a 50? No, Nick pays for it. Something about you just isn't right today, Iris. Huh? Until now, I didn't think you were the type to make such a careless mistake. However, the testimony you just gave contains quite a few contradictions. What do you mean? What's so wrong about my testimony? According to you, Maya Fey stabbed the victim while she had her back to the stone lantern, correct? Such an obvious oversight. Why would the prosecution ever, attempt this? Yes, that's right. But in that case, the victim would have been stabbed in the stomach, right?
Yes, I think so.
According to the autopsy report, the cause of death was due to blood loss from a stab wound in the back. This proves that the victim was stabbed from behind, not from the front. Sister Iris, it appears another seed of doubt has spreaded from your testimony. Smacker!
What? What is the meaning of this?
It's simple. People are like books. We've all got a front and a back. You get my drift? Hell yeah, brother.
Is that all you have to say?
I can also say that darkness loves to play with the human mind. We've all got a front and a back, Nick. Could you please knock it off? The point is, too much of this testimony just doesn't make sense. You don't get it. They were stabbed clean through. The stab wound could have been from behind or the front. We can't know for certain. Yes, we can. I don't think so.
I don't think so, Mr. Wright. If the victim was stabbed clean through, front to back or back to front...
PO books have a front and a back. Throwing away a useful staff, the people fighting being mother and daughter. And now she falsely claims the victim was stabbed in the stomach. Ugh, my stomach.
There certainly are some inconsistencies.
Well, Iris, how about it? Well, it's just... If you ask me, you're just being too naive about the whole thing. What do you mean? What bullshit is he gonna try now? There are 253 distinct types of bitterness in Cobb. This is his attack. This is like his ultimate attack. You know when Zoro's like, you know, there are 3 universes, and, you know, there are, you know, 12 million corbillion cum stains in a world or whatever. Whatever Zora says when he does his trichilicism or whatever. There are 253 distinct types of bitterness in coffee. Java bean slash. And then he does 253 slashes. But to pick out each one requires total concentration and the use of all the senses. Were you really concentrating on what this witness actually said?
Prosecutor Godot, explain yourself. Can we perhaps do like a point? Can we make him do a point thing?
The witness was quite unambiguous about her own ambiguities when she said that the garden was dark and she couldn't see clearly. Yep, we're using that to our advantage. Java bean slash? Yeah, well, I mean, you know, it's a 253 slashes. It's a lot of slashes. He forms a sword of coffee and swings it 253 times. He shoots his laser into his cup of coffee and then pulls a sword out of it. And then does the Java bean slash. Oh, I mean, sure, it's raw. A human needs one thing to see clearly, and that is light.
Light?
Light! Kingdom Hearts, that garden was not. By the way, did you know Kingdom Hearts is light? Hazakura has a rule that on nights when an acolyte is at the inner temple training, the stone lantern in the garden must be kept lit. I did wonder what that stone lantern was there for.
Well, if that's true, shouldn't the witness have been able to see the crime more clearly?
Normally, yes, Your Honor. But according to the head nun, Sister Bikini, on the night of the crime, it was impossible to light that stone lantern. Impossible. Hadn't been used in a long time, and the wick was no good. In other words, it had to have been nearly pitch black in the garden that night. There could have been a faint light coming from the training hall, but that's all.
Most enlightening.
No, unenlightening. See, he does that. He shoots his beam into the cup, slams it onto the ground, and then grabs the coffee that, you know, whoosh, and then whoosh, and then it's a sword. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Yes, the illuminating fact has chased all the contradictions away. If the staff was dropped, it would be too difficult to see. It also explains why they didn't recognize each other. We can't see the demons that lurk in the night. That's why humans are weak. Raw, dude, raw. Isn't that right, trite? No? Smack, smack, smacker!
Order, order, order!
Here, Your Honor, let me present the stone lantern into evidence. Maybe it will rekindle the flame of truth in your mind. I thought he was going to say the flame of youth, and I was going to say, no, we don't want to do that. We think he's problematic now. A lantern from the inner temple garden was not lit the night of the crime. Yeah, just a man truly saying nothing. But it's all cool, so who cares? Why is the judge just sitting there with that look on his face? What's wrong, Your Honor? Was that flame too hot?
This lantern, there's something written on it. Huh? Why, it's written in blood! Oh, shoot! The judge didn't know about that yet. Written in blood, Godot? Does he not know? Can he not see red? It says Maya upside down. What the?
Oh, yes, that's right. Can he not see red? Does he see everything in red, therefore he cannot see red? After being cornered and then stabbed by Mystic Maya, Mystic Elise didn't fall down right away. She had not one coward's wound. She did, though! Quiet, I'm telling I'm spinning a yarn. She must have been writing that on the stone lantern behind her, with the blood that was draining out of her body. Oh, that's pretty raw.
Smack it! It certainly looks that way.
Hang on just a minute.
What are you all talking about?
No, Godot.
What do you mean, what are we all talking about?
We're talking about the message written in blood. Nonsense. This lantern, it's as clean as a whistle. Godot, he can't see red. Godot, what color do you think this lantern is? Red. What color am I? Red. What color is your coffee? Red. Wait a minute. Black. I used to watch a bunch of the television show New Girl, and there's a really funny episode where one of the characters, Winston, it turns out he's colorblind, and he can't see green, and he's describing the color of his shoes, which are green, and he's like, no, these are black shoes. And one of the characters is like, Winston, if those are black, what color do you think you are? And he's like, oh. My coffee should be black. He thinks that everything in the world is red, yeah. A man who had eyesight. Could it be? He can't see the bloody writing at all? Now that I think of it, he did say something to me yesterday. My eyesight is pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything. Oh yeah, that's right. Alright, send Poppy in. So that's what he meant by that. Smacka! That was like 3 weeks ago.
In any case, this is obviously an important clue. We now know that the crime scene was dark, and that the victim scrawled this message on the stone lantern. Well, Mr. Godot, anything further?
This is foreshadowed in a really cool way. Also, do you remember the ketchup splotch from the last case? Oh, you mean in Turnabout recipe or whatever? Case 3? No, I didn't. You're right. I do recall that. Huh, interesting. Also doesn't catch that until Phoenix brings it up. Huh. That's pretty cool. I wonder if there are any other instances where he, like, can't see red or something.
Mr. Godot? Okay then, let's move on.
Godot was literally shaking, and somehow, I don't think it's from caffeine overdose. Because he couldn't see a ketchup stain on a white apron.
I believe it has now been established that Mr. Nim was killed by Maya Fey.
That's just wrong.
Now it's time to turn our attention to you.
Yes, sir.
After the victim died, you did something, didn't you? Let's hear it. We're all ears.
Sister Iris's cover-up. After Mystic Elise died, I called out to Mystic Maya. I thought it was my duty to protect the future master of the Kurain tradition. Yeah, but you didn't know that she was. I wonder if we're gonna bring that up at all. Because Bikini certainly didn't know who Maya was. Interesting. I wonder if that's gonna come up at all. I don't know if we have any like evidence to like say that. So I removed the body from the inner temple by myself. I dragged it behind me all the way across Dusky Bridge. Then I used the snowmobile to carry it back to Hazakura Temple and... I used the Shichishito to alter the way the wound looked. And pushed her out of a window?
So you moved the body?
Yes. I was raised at Hazakura Temple. I owe a great deal of thanks to the Fei clan. But even so, I never imagined that Elise Dunim was actually Misty Fei. I've committed a terrible sin.
A terrible trick of fate. The chains of fate, one might say. They bind us all.
I believe you're looking for a twist of fate, Your Honor.
No, mine was raw.
I intended to return to the inner temple after taking care of the body, but...
You were spotted by the head nun, correct?
Yes, and that's why I couldn't go back.
Your story makes sense, I suppose.
Smecca!
Mr. Wright, go ahead with your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Sister Iris's cover-up. Alright. Oops. So you waited until everything was over before making a move? No, it's not like that.
She saw someone murdered right in front of her eyes. It's not surprising that she was a little timid. Yes, I suppose that's true. Yeah, we've all covered up a murderer or two, am I right? Sometimes when I'm watching lawyers argue back and forth with each other, I feel so helpless that I just sit quietly and wait for them to reach a conclusion, which is why I only ever tend to agree with the last person who spoke.
He's just not listening.
They'll figure it out.
And that's why he hires summer interns. This guy doesn't do shit. So your job is the judge to mediate the argument? It wasn't until Mystic Maya saw me that it finally dawned on her what she had done. So then, you knew? You knew the significance of the name Maya Fey? Yes, of course I did. Bullshit. That's odd. I mean, Sister Bikini didn't recognize Maya's name, let alone her position. Anyway, she was a very special person indeed. Truth! I agree with that! Why did you do that? Because I didn't want Mystic Maya to be suspected in any way. I thought the best thing would be to remove the body from the crime scene.
You moved her body all by yourself?
Yes, I did. It would have been impossible if it wasn't for the snow. The snow, huh? Interesting. It's pretty amazing you could make it all the way across. That's a rickety old bridge. It looks worse than it is. It's surprisingly sturdy despite its age.
It's like they say, idiots are too stupid to catch even a simple cold. But there's one other thing that bothers me. Why not just throw the body into the Eagle River? Would have been much easier than dragging it all the way to Hazakura Temple.
I thought that it would still cast too much suspicion on Mystic Maya. That's why I tried to take the body as far away as possible. But not so far that it couldn't not be found, I guess.
Ha! Makes perfect sense to me. For the time being, at least. Until I need to come up with some other bullshit. Anyway, what did you do after you crossed the bridge?
Then I used the snowmobile.
The snowmobile? I knew that would show up sooner or later.
Yes, I had the key. I used the snowmobile to travel from Hazakura Temple to Dusky Bridge. This is the part that was in question the other day. Should I ask for more details? Yeah, so we had determined that when they took the snowmobile, it was still snowing, but when they returned, it had stopped snowing, as I recall.
Let me hear more about this snowmobile ride.
Well, it was very cold that night, so I rode it all the way to the foot of the bridge.
I'm sorry, witness. But now, I've got a problem with your testimony.
Excuse me? Godot? What are you up to now?
That night, after the head nun left the remainder of the training to you, she said she walked from the inner temple back to Hazakura Temple. Yes, I'm fairly certain that's what the record indicates. I watched the VODs. Let's recall her comments on the subject.
Yes. Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple... Temple? The inner temple? It was there, by the main gate. The snowmobile, I mean.
The snowmobile was in front of the main gate. This is one of those contradictions, wouldn't you say? Smacker! Order, Mr. Godot! Why are you pointing out contradictions in the witness's testimony? Let's just say I like things to be neat and tidy, okay?
Well, maybe, Sister Bikini missed it. Yeah, maybe she didn't see it.
You think she missed it? That doesn't sound right at all. Ha! Whatever. Even I don't think this is decisive enough to warrant any more time or effort. Then why bring it up at all? Then why have it at all? It's just... You better be careful in your testimony. That's all I wanted to say.
Interesting.
A smart little cookie like you shouldn't have any trouble understanding that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so clearly the snowmobile is important.
What was that all about? Why would Godot want to give me a hint? Yes, I thought that way Mystic Maya would never be suspected. That's what I thought, anyway. And then I... Okay, but I want to go back and ask about the other thing. Now. Because this is the more suspicious one, I thought. If he really did move her body by snowmobile, then there should be tracks left in the snow, right?
Well, yes, naturally you would expect tracks.
This picture was presented at yesterday's trial. Are these the tracks from that ride? Yes, I think they are. But I can only see one set of tracks here. I don't see what's so strange about that. Snow was still falling when I left Hazakura Temple.
I see, snow was still falling, huh?
And then when the murder took place, it had already stopped. I guess that's true. That's why there are such fresh-looking tracks.
How about it, Mr. Wright? What do you think about this testimony?
Would the murder took place, the snow had already stopped? I thought we decided that... no, snowed until almost 11. And the murder took place at like 10. Or sometime between 10 and 11, I guess. There was only one set of tracks because God was carrying me on the back of a snowmobile. It was sick.
Raw!
That doesn't make sense if you stack it up against the other evidence. Your Honor, I'd like the statement Iris just made added to the testimony.
But does it have something to do with the case?
All will be made clear if you allow her statement to be added to the record.
Ha! This should be fun.
Raw.
You, let's get this show business cleared up, shall we?
Yes, sir. Okay, cool.
Is that what you were doing when Sister Bikini saw you?
Yes, that's right. She probably thought the worst.
Probably.
More like definitely.
I see. So Sister Bikini mistakenly thought you were the one that murdered Miss Dunim.
I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. It's my fault that this case has gotten so confusing. Are we not going to address the fact that the body fell 10 feet as well? There've been a lot of contradiction in your testimony so far. This time, are you sure it's all true? Yes, I am. When the murder happened, the snow had already stopped. According to you, that's why the snowmobile tracks were so clear. That's right. I'm certain of it. I think I've trapped her this time.
I see how you think. Snow, huh?
Oh, Iris, you know nothing about the bullshit that happens in this courtroom. What's up, Tamal?
What's going on over here? I stopped paying attention again.
If the snow really had stopped by the time of the murder, it'd mean there's a bigger hole in her story than the movie The Grid Revelations. An honest-to-God Matrix reference? That's insane. Like the Matrix 3, right? Like, is Phoenix what? Bro doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't watch movies. Well, yeah, one writer with a massive bone to pick. That's crazy. A man who has never seen a movie in his life. Maybe if he had said that there's a bigger hole in her story than P.O. the movie. With the hole being that it was written by a different author and none of it was canon. It's crazy. Did I screenshot that already? Yes. Ha! Well then, Mr. Trite, perhaps you'd like to share your theory with us. Let's see what's up your sleeve, or rather, at the end of your index finger. Get it? What? Maya took him to his first movie, and ever since he's been saying, oh, this is a lot like the Grid Revelations about anything. I don't want to believe it, but I don't think my logic is failing me. Iris is trying to pin the murder on Maya. But why would she want to do that? There's only one reason I can think of. Okay, so the snow had already stopped. Snow 7 to approximately 10:50. Lightning 10 to 11 p.m. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45. Around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. So this must be... Maya took him to the third movie in the series as his first movie. She said, "Don't worry, Nick. I'll explain it all before we get there." And then what she explained had nothing to do with the first two movies. I think she talked about a Steel Samurai episode or something. Okay, so it snowed from 7 to approximately 10:50. If we're saying the murder took place after that, on the other side of the bridge, which was struck by lightning at 10:45. This must be what we're presenting. The weather data. Yeah, but Phoenix didn't catch that and thought it was still the movie plot. Yeah. She, like, saw a dog. And got distracted. Fuck! It's fine, it's fine. Handicap, handicap, handicap. So where was that dog character you were talking about? Nick, what? Weren't you paying attention? Yeah, Nick thinks the plot hole is the dog. Is that they didn't bring up the dog in the third film? The dog that Maya insisted was crucial. Yeah, but what about the dog? Nick, what are you talking about? Okay. Didn't we establish that they found this with snow on it? So if I'm not presenting the weather data, at least on this statement. So her story is that they were fighting on the other side of the bridge. I mean, right? The whole is that if the snow had stopped, the bridge would be on fire at this point. Maybe I'm not presenting on this statement? I'm almost positive this is what we need to get to. If the murder happened after it had stopped snowing and it was on the other side of the bridge, then she would have had to have crossed the bridge that was on fire before it stopped snowing. I guess somebody has to be crossing the bridge while it's on fire. Or crossing near the bridge. Not doing that yet. The day one fucking consensus seemed to be pretty fucking clear that the murder, a lot of things happened after it had stopped. You know, in the kind of time period between when it started, or when it was still snowing and when it had just stopped. The murder absolutely took place while it was still snowing. I just need to figure out what piece of evidence I'm using to say that with. It's not the weather data. Is it just the autopsy report? Is it the courtyard photo? Is it the burning bridge sketch? The time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. I mean, wrong. Huh. This is about the river. We go right into this, right? Okay, I don't think it's that. Definitely has to do with the snow. I tried this here. Is it just the autopsy report? Am I just way overthinking it? Might as well throw down a save. I wish I could, like, combine evidence. No, fuck. I don't want to be down to 1 health. By the time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. Which is just untrue. I just don't know what I'm using to prove that, to say that. Yeah, I mean, the first thing I tried the weather data on this statement, right? Like, I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, that was the first thing I tried. So if it's not that statement... I mean, it's gotta be this statement, right? This is the one we, like, added. This is the one where they're like, oh, snow, huh? Like, we gotta be talking about this statement. This is the contradiction. Or this is the lie. By the time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped, which is just false. Like, that's true. Then I used the snowmobile to carry it back to Hazakura Temple. I mean, I guess this could be the lie. But I do believe it's true. She just did it later than when she's saying she did it. Well, she's saying that if the snow had stopped, well then yes, there would be tracks. And there are tracks because the snow had stopped. I tried the autopsy report. The fact of the matter, it had stopped snowing when she propped the body up. Like, that's true. Body fell 10. Did they, like, catapult her across the fucking gorge? Like, is that what this is depicting? Did they, like, fucking chuck her ass? Is her mystical ability that she can levitate objects? And the, like, fallen from 10 feet is because it was thrown 10 feet? Yeah, did they 100-line spring trap her ass? We know that the crystal... Am I pointing at the crystal sphere? We know that that was found, like, under the snow. It's not in the description, though. I mean, by the time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. Sounds like something someone would say as they were coming out of a trance where they don't know what had just happened. Hmm. It would have been impossible if it wasn't for the snow. Why? Why? I've removed the body from the inner temple by myself, which would have been impossible if it weren't for the snow? Is she saying she used the snowmobile, and that's it, without, if it wasn't snowing, the snowmobile wouldn't have been there? Did she like slip and slide her ass? Are we saying that there would be more tracks if it had stopped snowing? I'm just gonna try the tracks photo. And let's see if that's no. You looked it up. All right. Let's give me a hintski. How many steps ahead am I? By the time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. Yeah. I'm just overlooking or overthinking or underthinking some aspect. It isn't a present on this statement. Okay. Even though they did add it to the testimony. Okay. Okay. It would have been impossible if it wasn't for the snow. It would have been impossible if it wasn't for the snow. It would have been impossible to move the body if it wasn't for the snow. I mean, this statement about the snowmobile does have like a lot of fucking things in it. So she's saying snow was still falling when she left. Meow. Snow was still falling, covering the tracks. Murder. Covering the tracks. Walked across the bridge over. Oh no! Now oh, the snow stopped, and now there's a murder. Now I'm gonna drag the body and back. I mean, that makes sense to me. Where are we talking about the snow? Is it in this testimony? Alright, I'm gonna try to present the, I don't know, the weather data first on this. Let's see what happens. No. That? I mean, yeah, so there's also the fact that the bridge would have been on fire. This is another one of those where I feel like there are like 6 different things or like 6 different ways to Sunday, but they want me to present on Saturday. Okay, yeah, there we go. I feel like I could have used, I don't know. Yeah. You claim that the snow had already stopped when the murder occurred. But I'm sorry, Iris, that just isn't possible. What? This is the weather data from the night of the murder. According to this, the snow didn't stop until 10:50. But you couldn't have crossed Dusky Bridge at that time. Why do you say that? It's because the statement we needed to present on was about Dusky Bridge, where it just says, yeah, and then I crossed Dusky Bridge, but we needed to, use the context of the rest of her statements when I feel like, I don't know, it also just made sense to me that I could use the same evidence on another one of her similar statements. Again, 6 ways to Sunday, but they want me to present on Saturday. Yeah, and I figured that out. I said that, you know. I definitely would laid out I knew exactly what we needed to do. I just didn't know how to do it. Because 5 minutes before the snow stopped, Dusky Bridge was struck by lightning and had caught on fire. What did you say? The bridge, it was on fire?
You don't mean to say you didn't know about it? It was because of that lightning strike that the bridge burned down.
What? But it can't be. It looks like you still haven't figured it out. No matter how hard you try to deceive or conceal the truth, you can't pull the wool over the eyes of a real defense attorney, Raw. Ah! Smack, smack, smack!
Order, order.
The bridge was already on fire when the incident took place. That's right, the inner temple was already totally cut off from the outside world. There's no way you could have crossed the bridge, body or no body.
Witness, even my patience has its limits. Any further lying and I will find you in contempt of court. Remember, you get like 6 chances.
But lightning can't melt steel guide wires.
You have anything to say for yourself?
The only person here that is truly contemptible is you. Old man.
Oh, come on. Me? How dare you? Know your elders, boy.
And he's going to smack the gavel, and then Iris stops him. Never forget that the judge has aura. He has strength. The last time he smacked the gavel, it may or may not have caused the earthquake. The earthquake what trapped Edgeworth's father. It's not for us to know. Whether this witness lied or not doesn't mean squat right now. Squat? The important thing now is to find out the truth. Isn't that right?
Yes, of course, but
whether it was snowing or not snowing, or whether the bridge was burning or not. There are 2 facts that can't be disputed. First, the body of Elise Dunim was discovered in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. And second, the head nun, Sister Bikini, witnessed Iris desecrating Elise Dunim's body. Although she looks awfully alive in this picture. I mean, maybe she didn't actually die until this moment, but she looks awful. Oh God! In this picture. Yeah, they should have just like. Here's what they should have. Oops. Here's what they should have done. Hold on, no, you can't see anything yet. You can see that. I should have thrown one of those on. Blah. Yeah, they should have done one of those. He makes a good point on both accounts. So yeah, so we have to get to the bottom of how her body crossed the gorge. And the leading theory is either somebody ninja ran across the support wire, or they catapulted her body with either some sort of catapult or some sort of psychic power. That's right. I'm not lying.
What are you claiming this time?
I wasn't myself at all that night, so my memory is still somewhat hazy. You have stood at that witness stand and testified this entire time. Are you telling us now that your memories of that night is hazy? It is only human to err.
If you're so perfect, Trite, maybe you can explain this for the court.
What is it?
When the murder happened, the bridge had already burnt down. But somehow, the body traveled across the bridge and was found in the temple courtyard. Perhaps you have some kind of perfect explanation for this little magic trick.
Well, not exactly, no.
Well, there must be some other way she got across that burnt-out bridge.
But unless I can somehow demonstrate it, we'll never know the truth.
Looks like the defense is not prepared to offer a suitable explanation. You see what I mean? In other words, you're in no position to suggest that this lady's testimony isn't the truth. Ack!
Oh, he's got him there.
Alright then, Smecca. Witness, let's hear your testimony once more.
About what, Your Honor?
You've admitted that you moved the victim's body. Nevertheless, your prior testimony contained a rather large inconsistency. Please add an explanation for that.
Yes, Your Honor. Will this be her final testimony? Iris's final stand. Moving the body. Other than walking over the bridge, there's no way to move the body. So I must have just gotten confused, I guess. Bleh. Was the snow still falling, or had it stopped? Does it really matter that much, Scotch? Or are you saying that there's a way to cross the burning bridge?
So it was just a misunderstanding. I see, of course. Alright. This is a photo of Dusky Bridge after it burned down from the lightning blast. Raw!
Still just a lightning strike, but describing it as a blast, it makes it sound like it was someone else that caused it. Was Franny up on the mountaintops?
It was taken on the morning after the incident.
Ah, finally!
Certainly was burned to a crisp, and one of the suspension wires even snapped. It's amazing the whole bridge didn't fall.
Oh, I guess down there you would, around the corner, you could would be that where the Happy Hotel or whatever is. This is the song of spot selection, is it not?
Clearly, it would be impossible to carry a corpse across a bridge in this condition.
Dusky Bridge photo, taken the morning after the crime. Unless I do something to discredit this testimony, it's going to be deemed as a truth. And Maya will be accused of murder. Again.
Trite, I'm only going to say it one more time. It is only human to err. Unless you're not a human. Wink. And only humans can spot the errors of our ways. Wink. Why are you saying that? You can't see my eyes. I have to say wink.
Yo, best views. Oh, there it is. Good man.
The more sense he makes, the less sense he makes.
Smecca.
All right, Mr. Wright. Please begin your final cross-examination.
Godot doesn't know about Polly. True. We put a bird on the stand in the first game. Other than walking over the bridge, there's no way to move the body. Yes, but if the snow had already stopped when the incident took place, I couldn't have crossed the bridge, naturally. But I think it's just like Mr. Godot said. The body did make it across somehow, so what are you gonna do? The why doesn't matter except for when it does. Or the how doesn't matter except for when it does. It is, Scotch.
She's got a point, Mr. Wright. Sometimes it just is, Scotch. Oh, God. I didn't like that at all.
Do we think the judge knows Sainijima? I mean, he knows Haru. He knows Haru's grandmother. Here's an interesting question. When the judge and Haru's grandmother were an item, are we implying that the judge would go to the world of Persona 5 to hook up with Haru's grandmother? Or was Haru's grandmother born in the Ace Attorney town? I don't think Sai would have much patience for magic portals. No, absolutely not. I think the latter makes more sense too. We doing a lot of heavy lifting. No, I think I think Haru's grandmother. Have we ever established which side of the family this grandmother is? Is it Haru's father? Is Haru's grandmother the mother of the father of? Is Haru's grandmother the mother of Haru? Oh boy. Oh, the mother of Haru Kumura. So I must have just gotten confused, I guess. Why not both sides? Well, but you seemed to be quite sure of yourself when you gave your testimony. You said you were sure the snow had already stopped. I'm terribly sorry. I was wrong. Did she really think an apology? And that makes me think of Haru baby. Oh, born with a full head of baby sheep hair. the fluffiest baby. Well, Kazuichi was also born in the Ace Attorney world. We know that. Because his father, Winston Payne, is also from the Ace Attorney world. Now, the mother of Kazuichi, if she's from the Ace Attorney world or not, is not for us to know. This is no joke. You're giving sworn testimony in a court of law. Well, Mr. Wright, let me ask you a question. Do you remember what the weather was like 1 week ago today? Huh? Well, naturally it was, shoot. You see? It's not that easy to remember, is it?
But if it had been some kind of a special day, I would have remembered. For example, it was pouring rain on the day of my elementary school graduation.
Raw, sad.
Objection! Disagree. No, it wasn't, right? I know for a fact it was sunshine. Sunshine and rainbows.
What?
Sorry, Mr. Wright. Sunshine and rainbows.
If you insist on obsessing over that one statement, let's see the proof. It was raining. Blood. Is there something about the Ace Attorney world that makes people who leave it think that it was a normal town? Yeah, oh no, for sure. Like, when you leave the town, you don't realize you're traveling to another world, I think. It just seems to be. It just is.
Show some evidence that the body somehow crossed the bridge while it was on fire.
Oh, I can do that. Both grandparents of Kazuichi's mother's side isn't from the Ace Attorney world. True. Unless you're already savvy about world travel, like Flaney or someone. Yeah, for sure. I don't see why there couldn't be a way across. Mr. Wright, don't you think that sounds a bit silly? A dead body crossing a burning bridge? Did anyone actually witness such a thing?
Ha! There was. I don't think you'd call someone like that a witness. After all, a dream isn't the same as actually seeing something.
Oh! No, untrue, untrue. Dreams are real, dreams are real, dreams are real. Godot, you must have still been dead when the first game occurred, because I've got it right here in the books that dreams are real. Get him out of here, Judge.
I'm sorry, Mr. Godot. It is law. Unfortunately, dreams are real.
I owe to everyone to figure this out. How do you transport a body across a burning bridge? Even if I don't know the exact answer yet, it's okay. I'll start by examining all of my evidence and see where that takes me. I've got to be like a shark. If I don't keep moving, I'm as good as dead. Okay. But what if you fly across the bridge? A dead body flying over a burning bridge. Where have we heard that before? Wouldn't exactly rule out the possibility. What? Ha! You're saying it's possible. Don't make me laugh. The only thing that's possible about your claim is that it's been pulled out of thin air. I don't know about that. In any case, we have a witness who did see it happen. And remember, whatever Larry Butts paints is the truth. Preposterous.
Who is it? Who is this witness?
Can't chicken out here. Gotta keep on the attack and go, go, go. Miss Elise Dunim's brilliant and highly gifted apprentice, Larice Dunim.
Brilliant, highly gifted.
Apprentice? Remember what he said in his testimony? That night he was at the Mountain Shack, Heavenly Hall. And that's when he witnessed the event. Think you've all seen this sketch before? Raw. It's an exact drawing of what he witnessed that night.
Are you serious? Today's not April Fool's Day, is it?
No and no. Yo, what's up, Comb?
Mr. Wright, are you seriously claiming that the victim flew through the air? And you're using this pathetic scribble to support your argument.
Uh-oh. The judge looks like he's about to blow a gasket. Well, Trite, there's nowhere for you to hide now. Other than looking like it was drawn by a 6-year-old, does this sketch prove anything? Yes, I'm pretty sure it does. So mean. Listen, I know your tricks. You're trying to turn this whole thing upside down. If you're so eager to turn this case upside down, why not start with this sketch? Oh my god. He was... Don't tell me he never got up. Don't tell me he never got up. He was laying on his back? He didn't get up from laying down to draw the picture? Oh, Larry.
He said, whoa,
Is that chick flying through the air or something? I gotta draw this, and then didn't move? So they didn't Naruto run across the wire, they swung across the wire? Oh, Larry. Yeah, the supports sure are going up, huh? I just assumed it was his shitty way of drawing the, like, top rope support. You know, this shit. Put that back where it was, just in case. Maybe he is a genius. Still, though, what he saw is the truth. Oh God, an era of PO books that are the truth, but never in the way that you've seen. Literally literally monkey's paw PO. Oh God, the era of uncertainty is upon us.
Alright then, let's hear the defense's theory. What exactly is this sketch trying to show?
I don't think old Whiskerface is gonna forgive any more mistakes. Alright, Phoenix, look carefully and think it over. The sketch drawn by Laurice Dunim is evidence of nothing. A complete contradiction. Exactly what happened. Of course the victim was flying through the air. You can see it right there in the sketch. Whoosh!
You know, you're starting to remind me of yesterday's witness.
Oh, that was the last thing I wanted to hear.
Do you have any evidence that the victim flew through the air?
Just so you know, we haven't discovered a giant human catapult at the inner temple yet. Fuck. I wish they had. Even if you're a lousy lawyer, at least you're 1 cup's worth of entertainment. I think we should skip the penalty this time. Must be some way. I just know it. There must be a way to use Larry's sketch to show the truth of what happened. He didn't get up. He saw what he saw when he was laying upside down and then just drew that.
Alright then, the witness will now return to her testimony.
Yes, Your Honor. Wait, here. So what, oh, am I supposed to say that the sketch is a contradiction? Let's get back to where we were. I just don't know if I like a complete contradiction as an answer. Something is obviously funny about this sketch.
I'm no art critic, but even I can see that.
No, that's not what I mean, Your Honor. Laurice Dunim stated it over and over that this sketch was exactly as he saw it. So pissed at this guy. However, if we're to believe his testimony, then the sketch contradicts reality as we know it. It contradicts reality? This is getting interesting. Looks like you're back to that finger-pointing thing again. Okay, Trey, so what exactly contradicts reality as we know it? This right here. This flying figure, naturally! After all, people haven't learned to fly yet, or did I miss something? Mr. Wright, that answer just now, it was lethal. Shoot.
Mr. Wright! That answer was embarrassing. I'm actually blushing.
Ah, fuck.
One more chance.
Time for me to flip things around and get them straight again. The support beams. It's this wire connected to the bridge.
The Wire? Have you ever seen it? Pretty good show. Almost as good as Breaking Bad.
That's right. Breaking Bad and The Wire. Prestige television, trite. I don't own a TV.
Oh, Mr. Wright.
Ha! Is that the thing that contradicts reality? It is indeed. Then show us the reality it supposedly conflicts with. Show us something that will point out how the sketch contradicts. Oh, right, the actual photo. Hey, you're good, Com. I already figured it out when you said it.
That's a photo of Dusky Bridge, correct?
Yes. Now compare the sketch and the photo for a minute. What? In the sketch, the wires appear to be above the guard wires. But on the actual Dusky Bridge,
Jumping Jehoshaphat!
the wires are below the guard wires! What? Smacka!
Order, order, order! This sketch is somewhat different than what's depicted in the photo. However, isn't it likely that the artist just saw it wrong?
Or perhaps he just drew it wrong. No. Larry Butts does not draw it wrong. He draws what he sees, and it's up to us to interpret it correctly. Either way, it sounds like you're just wrong. With someone like Larice, I admit a mistake is a definite possibility. But then, that begs the question. Why did he make a mistake? What was the reason? Are you saying you know the answer to that? Listen, think back, alright? Remember what Larice was doing when he witnessed this event? He was at Heavenly Hall waiting for a lover that was never going to come.
Oh, come on, man. Why'd you have to do that to me?
He's in the stance. He waited and waited, and finally he laid down. But then, lightning shoots from the sky and sets the bridge aflame. Now ponder what sort of position Larice must have been in at the time. He was lying on his back, which is why he remembered the scene the way he did. So fucking pissed.
He was lying on his back. Can't see how that relates.
Oh, but it does, Your Honor. That is the reason why the wire in the sketch go up instead of down. I see now. I see the bridge now. I thought it was like shittily drawn such that like
he was hitting it from the back.
I thought when I first saw the bridge, here's what I saw. I saw that Larry drew it like totally flat. That this is the part you would walk on. Doop da doop da doop da doop da doop da doop. Like the triangles represent the bridge. Doop da doop da doop da doop da doop. And like this is the would be like the left edge of the walkway, and this would be the, I guess if you're going this way, this would be like the left edge of the bridge, and this would be the right edge of the bridge. And you would doop de dum de dum de dum de dum, you know, walk like down the middle. But I'm seeing now that the triangles are the ropes or the wires or whatever, and that, you know, well, technically, like this is the bottom of the bridge. You would walk on that across. I was interpreting just the general picture of the bridge wrong the whole time. That's not where that goes. There we go. I need like a little finger that I can use to like point shit out. I feel like I do it a lot. Ugh! No way! Ugh! Laurice Dunim witnessed the event while he was lying on his back, face up. That's right, ladies, he's a bottom. In other words, the scene that he saw was actually upside down. Way to go, Tessa! So then, this sketch should actually... I think you finally get it, Your Honor. The correct way to view... Flip the sketch, flip the sketch, flip the sketch. Raw! This is how it should actually look. I wanted them to, like, actually, like in motion flip it around. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The victim's body wasn't flying above the bridge. It was actually swinging below. That's right. Just like a pendulum. K-Man! Gunshot Bride. Ridiculous. Smack, smack, smack. Order, order, order. Of all the things to say, a pendulum. Shoot, I am burned and I'm falling. Shoot. Did they flip the photo, I wonder? Not quite. Ah, I'm falling and I'm on fire. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Bridge was burned to a crisp. There was no way to get across it. But if the body had been found at the inner temple, it would have caused problems. This is where the criminal decided to take a gamble. So, okay, so they cut the support wire, and they used the burning bridge to get the body across to the other side. And a pendulum was the only way to get it done. Let's think about this for a minute, shall we? Dusky Bridge is about 20 yards long, which means it's about that far from the inner temple to the opposite cliff. Yeah, that sounds right. In order to cover that distance with a pendulum, you'd need a rope at least 10 yards long. To get a rope that long, you have to plan ahead. The lightning strike that night can only have been an accident. So it doesn't make sense that the culprit would have prepared the rope beforehand. So then, they didn't have to get the rope ready. The rope was already right in front of him. What? So Maya should have cut the fucking support beam when we first got there. She was in the right. 20 yards is like nothing. Have they seen a football field? I imagine it's probably what, like 20 meters? In the Japanese, and they were just like 20 yards?
In that case, Mr. Wright, please give us an explanation to support your theory. What makes you think the criminal had the rope on hand to create a pendulum?
Uh... 20 yalms.
And the meaning of this is...
If you want to know where the rope came from, it's hanging right there in front of your glorious beard.
Oh, This is one of the wires from the bridge.
When the lightning struck the bridge and set it on fire, one of the suspension wires came loose from its anchor. The criminal didn't have any time to waste, so they tied the wire around Lee Stu-Nim's body. Jesus Christ. It worked, and it worked first try, because there was simply no other way to move the body. This is insane. Ooh-wee, here I go swinging again. Whee! And it perfectly came loose of the wire. Fuck. One of the craziest gambits in Ace Attorney history. Fun for her. She was dead.
Mr. Godot? Seems that Mr. Godot was more focused on his coffee than answering my question.
Smacker!
Seems the odds of a rope being readily available were very high, so I suppose that it's not an impossibility after all.
Alright, I'm finished. Possible or impossible? That's not the question we need to ask. There's only one question. Did that really happen? Trite! I wonder if you can prove what happened to us. Do you have any actual evidence that the body was swung over like a pendulum? The crystal sphere? Must be, right? Before I present my evidence, let me review what we know so far. Yeah, and then start spinning the other way. Yeah. And again, maybe it looks like it dropped from 10 feet because on the first swing it just fucking hit the fucking side of the gorge. Swung back. Shoot, I should drop her a little further. Blood, yeah, it starts to like spin and wind, and blood just spraying out, like painting the walls of the gorge. And Iris the whole time she's doing the childo like steppy steps, like oh god, oh god, oh god. We have blood splinkering everywhere. Oh jeez, oh jeez. According to this photo, one of the wires snapped. Again, Maya should have cut that wire. She was so in the right and we didn't even know. Looking at the map, we can see it's the one that was in front of the inner temple.
So then, that was the spot where the criminal...
Yes, precisely. Now let us consider the body's movement by looking at the overhead map again. If the body was pushed from this point here... It would drop on the opposite bank at approximately this point. I guess. I guess it would. If it were rigged to also unwind at that point too, I suppose.
Did you say drop?
Okay, so that's where the 10-foot drop. Wait a minute. This is not... this is not. So we're saying that Iris got 10 feet in the air to drop the body so that it could pendulum swing down and up? Because that's the only way you get that high, is if you start that high. Did she leap 10 feet into the air to drop the body so that it could swing down, up, up over the edge of the gorge, 10 feet into the air, rope unravel, body hit the ground? And she tied the staff to it too? And then how did she get across? She went, Dua! Crazy.
Mr. Godot, please put down the Larry is Dumb limited edition mug. I won't be putting those in my Depop shop until next week.
Well, they must have failed to catch the body on the other bank. What? What makes you think something like that happened? Because I have evidence that suggests her body dropped some distance. What kind of evidence?
Yeah, Momentum really doing some heavy lifting here.
Hey, look at this autopsy. It feels like they... it really would have made more sense to just have Iris take the body and then push her out the window of her room at this point. It says here that her body fell about 10 feet after her death.
10 feet, huh?
That's most likely the height difference between the two sides. The body overswung due to forward momentum, but then came loose and fell about... So unless we're saying... No, they look the same height. If we were saying that one side of the gorge was 10 feet lower than the other side, okay. That would make sense, but they are absolutely the same height, more or less. And it's not like she flung her, like, down toward, the Heavenly Hotel. It's like, her body dropped, like, right on the other side of the bridge. It's crazy. And then, as a result of the landing impact, this crystal sphere was knocked loose. That's... Yes, this blood-stained amethyst crystal. It's the one that came off Miss Elise Dunim's staff. She tied the staff to her body. And even more important is the place where this crystal sphere was found.
Indeed, I believe it's already marked on this overhead map.
Boop, 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 boop.
The crystal was found...
Precisely, Your Honor. In the very spot where the pendulum would arrive if given the right amount of speed. Yeah, I guess.
Well, that's pretty fucking crazy, man.
Saka!
This explains your theory quite well, Mr. Wright. You have proved us with a way the body could have been moved that night.
Was that a slap?
An impressive deduction, Mr. Wright. Most impressive.
Oh.
Mr. Wright!
I thought this cold coffee might help cool you down. But then how did Iris get across? Unless she swung with the body.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Godot?
They should make Phoenix prove that this is physically possible. Yeah, if I was I'd be like, physics, disagree. Does one side of the map look higher than the other? I mean, no? Did we not find the crystal sphere, like, on the screen with Dusky Bridge? lie to him in this case. That was a dark and bitter guess that you made, Trite. But you forgot about one thing.
Oh, and what would that be?
The aroma. Huh? A coffee's most reliable accomplice is its deep and profound aroma. The rest of the court doesn't speak Coffeenese. Can you elaborate a bit more? Nick, that stunk. If the criminal had sent the body to the other side like you say, then naturally there must have been an accomplice lying in wait to catch it.
An accomplice?
The criminal wasn't able to cross Dusky Bridge. So, who collected the body? Interesting question. What do you have to say about that, Trite? So, let's think here. I mean, if Iris herself was never on the other side, she could be the one to collect the body. But then, who would have swung the body? Our options are Maya or Pearl. Neither one of those I like.
Mr. Godot is correct. This can't be the work of a single person. Well, Mr. Wright, you know what you must do.
Yes, Your Honor. Body couldn't have made it to Hazakura Temple without an accomplice. Smacka!
Very well then, if you please, Mr. Wright.
This feels like a save yoinky.
Who was the person that received the body on the Hazakura Temple side?
I think it was Iris. Can only be you, Sister Iris. Huh? But I don't see why you're so surprised. The only way to transport the body from Dusky Bridge is by snowmobile. But with her bad back, Sister Bikini could never pick up a body like that. You're the only one that could have managed it. Trite, were you even listening to the witness's testimony? On the night of the crime, this little cutie pie was on cleanup duty in the inner temple garden after the mother-daughter bloodbath. Oh, I haven't forgotten. But have you, Mr. Godot? This witness was also seen at Hazakura Temple. Blech. Desecrating the corpse of the victim even further.
Strange indeed. It's almost as if, on that night, the defendant was in two different places at the same time.
Sister Iris, let me ask you something. Why didn't you mention it when you first gave your testimony? Mention what? The pendulum, of course. Using this sketch drawn by an eyewitness, I have established how the body was moved using the burnt-out bridge, which means it's now a fact that this occurred. Love that. Love that. Something you should have already known. No, I had no idea. So, who was she channeling at the time then? I didn't know anything about a pendulum. But the body couldn't have been passed along to the other side without your help. So you should have known about it. In fact, it'd be impossible for you to be clueless about this whole thing. Unless you're not really Iris to begin with. Oh, fuck. Is Dahlia not actually dead? Oh, fuck. Has she been channeling Dahlia this whole time? What? How can you say that, Mr. Wright? Smacka!
What kind of nonsense is this? You're saying this witness isn't Iris of Hazakura Temple?
Are you serious, Trite? You mean this woman is... there's no one besides Iris that could have received the corpse that night. Now I get it. Now I know why I've been sick to my stomach this whole trial. Why her whole demeanor changed so suddenly from yesterday. And why she's trying to pin this murder on Maya. The woman that's standing there at the witness stand, her real name is... This is crazy. Is she not actually dead, or has she just been channeling her the whole time? I never thought I'd have to utter your name again, let alone see you. It's been a long time, Dahlia Hawthorne.
Hawthorne?
Sister Iris had a twin sister. And you're looking at her, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
That name rings some bells. Distant bells, but bells nonetheless.
Raw. It's just your imagination, Gramps. This file contains all the relevant data about Dahlia Hawthorne.
Oh yes, I remember now. That case. 5 years ago.
I wonder if this, stayed with him. My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence.
Jingle bells all the way down.
The honor is all mine. Yo! Special guest appearance!
No, the honor is all mine!
Oh, that was slick.
But, according to this, Dahlia Hawthorne is already dead. Says her execution was carried out last month.
So what? Death has no meaning in this courtroom. Raw? Raw? I mean, he's got a point. We frequently channel Mia Fey. That's crazy. And he's so correct too.
What?
Oh my god, the guy's so fucking cool. Smack, smack, smack.
Order, order, order.
Wait a moment. How can you... My sister, she's already dead. What kind of... You of all people should already understand, after all. Or did they bring her back to life just like they brought Godot back to life? Okay, so we are channeling. The blood of the master of the Kurain channeling technique flows within that body.
The Kurain channeling technique? Now where have I heard that?
That's right. You're not Dahlia Hawthorne herself, okay. You're the spirit of Dahlia, currently inhabiting the body of a spirit medium. Spirit! Absent! What an exciting story. Exciting, but quite impossible. You're asking us to buy that Dahlia Hawthorne just happened to be channeled by someone? On the very night of the murder, to a temple where her twin sister, Iris, was? Well, if you're gonna put things that way, then yes. Fuck you. We're supposed to believe a coincidence like that just happens? Naturally, it was no coincidence. The whole thing was part of a plan from the very beginning. It's all written right here in these instructions. Ah, what's that? These instructions were written by your mother. Your mother. Morgan Fay. And part of the plan called for Dahlia Hawthorne to be channeled. That night, there were 2 irises at Hazakura Temple. Two of them. Even the time of the channeling was planned out. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, in other words, 10 p.m. However, Iris was seen before dinner time.
That means that the Iris that was at dinner was the real Iris.
And the Iris who gave me this hood in the main hall was also the real Iris. Did she have to take off her hood in order to do the channeling? Because it, like, wards away evil spirits? Because her sister is an evil spirit? Meaning the Iris Sister Bikini saw at the inner temple was someone else dressed as her. Namely, one Dahlia Hawthorne. So who channeled Dahlia Hawthorne? Maya? It must be Maya. But why would Maya?
Objection.
Because it couldn't be Pearl. She tried and she couldn't. Do you even know what you're saying, Trite? This whole channeling the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne business. Yes, it's true that you found plans to talk about it. However, there's one thing that's perfectly clear. The witness currently standing in the witness stand is the real Iris. Can he not tell that, like, the hair is different or something? Is that going to be a part of it? What? Calm down and remember what you know about the night of the crime. Oh, after meeting Sister Bikini, the Dahlia Hawthorne that had been channeled would have been stranded at the inner temple due to the lightning strike. No, so yeah, it's definitely the same height. It was later that the body was moved by pendulum. That's right. Naturally, that would mean that the Iris that received the body was the real Iris. Are you with me so far? Yes. After being notified of what happened, the police came to Hazakura Temple's main hall. There they found Iris in her room and arrested her. And ever since, she's been under police supervision at the detention center. Yes, I suppose. Can't deny any of that. Phew, thank goodness. Looks like he's finally convinced. Oh. But something still seems off. Way off. I'm still not convinced that the Iris here is the same one from the other night. Ha! I suppose you're about to say something really ridiculous. Like, the real Iris and the spirit of Dahlia? Did they fuse? Did they fuse? Somehow switched places? Oh my god. I'm trying to think back to Ace Attorney 2 to try to remember if Maya, like, and here's how channeling works, and here are the 3 rules of channeling. 1, when you channel, don't get unchanneled because then the spirit is stuck in the body. Nick. Number 2, dreams are real. Number 3, spirit mediums can't dream.
Switched places? Oh, like some kind of Freaky Friday? To be perfectly honest, there are still quite a few things I don't understand, but I do know that unless we confirm the witness's identity, we can't continue with this trial.
Well, there's no spirit test. Number 2, hat, silk coat, red roses. Maya, what? Trust me. Mow the clown. Number 3.
Always dispense justice in clown form.
Iris doesn't have the spiritual power needed to channel Dahlia, or does she? Which means they must have switched places somewhere.
Well, Mr. Wright, since the time she was arrested in Asakura Temple, have there been any chances for Iris to switch places with Dahlia Hawthorne?
Well, there was a moment where she was alone, I think, right? When the earthquake happened? Your Honor! I think there might have been one chance.
Oh? Explain yourself.
Yesterday, for a few minutes, Iris's whereabouts were unknown. Unknown? What do you mean? Isn't Iris, like, in training? Yeah. What I mean is, there was a span of time in which Iris was able to move about freely, unsupervised. Smacka!
Well, who was it? Who would give a murder suspect time to move about freely like that?
Oh no. I'm sorry. I know you didn't mean to. It wasn't your fault. Why do we have to throw his name up?
This is Mr. Edgeworth, isn't it?
Your Honor, there was a fairly large earthquake yesterday, was there not?
An earthquake? I did smack my gavel at one point.
Earthquake! Oh fuck, everybody get down! Fuck, we're all gonna fucking die! Oh my god, the inner temple! Oh fuck! Snack said he likes that bit. How could I have? She fled. She escaped. We went to the inner temple right away. And it's true, Iris was already there. However, they had already switched places by that point in time. When I arrived at the training hall, I was met by none other than Dahlia Hawthorne. Fuck you, right? That's the last time I commit fraud for you. The inner temple. T-E-Y-M-P-U-L. Temple.
That's quite enough already, Mr. Wright. Now see here, I won't have you besmirch Miles Edgeworth's good name. No judge in his right mind would consider the idea of...
Be quiet.
Ah!
It's been a long time, Mr. Judge. Holy shit.
That voice!
Guess I'll have to ask again. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules. Theme. Dahlia Hawthorne. And my current profession? Permanently retired. End of chapter. The hair flick you only do when you're an evil son of a bitch. Ha. So, you're not gonna bother hiding your identity anymore, huh? I guess neither should I, then. Why should I? After all, I'm dead. There's really nothing you can do to punish me. She's right. She's right.
What is going on here?
Absolutely, a dark aura has descended over the courthouse. I think you can hear the wails of the damned. Like we have never been closer to hell in this moment. Dahlia Hawthorne. I never thought we'd meet again. And I never thought we'd meet like this. But this time, I'll end it. For her, and for myself. To be continued. One Piece will conclude next week. Ace Attorney will conclude next week. Hoo-wee! I was starting to wonder, like, man, but there's still like a. It feels like we've really kind of wrapped this thing up. February 10th, 1:06 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 7. Whoa, whoa, holy fuck! Whoa, I can't believe it's next week already. Wow, let's continue. Gamers, that's gonna be it for tonight. Ace Attorney will conclude next week. That's almost exactly what time it is now, except AM. True! One more stream. We've got the lead color page. It's gonna be good. All the other mangas are gonna have little like tributes hidden. You remember when Naruto ended and there was like there were like little Naruto Easter eggs in all the series? I think there's gonna be like a little like 50. We should still be prepared for a long one too. Okay. I'm excited. I don't know. Ace Attorney by Otis Ismura has ended this week in Weekly Shonen Jump issue 19. Did you just make up issue 19? Because next week will be the 19th session. Unless it's the 19th Tuesday. Or no, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, today was the 19th Tuesday of the year. Yeah, also 19. Today was the 19th Tuesday. Fuck! Oh, that would have been so perfect. Damn it. We fucked up. There's no way it would have ever worked. Gamers. I'm not ready for it to end. I don't know what the ending of this game is gonna be. I can't imagine. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. It's a little surreal to think that next week it'll all be over. At this time next week, we'll still be 2 hours from finishing. Do you guys want to know what's coming next now, or do you think we should wait? Do we want to know now, or should we, or if we wait, will it undermine the ending of the hype? I wanna. Or in hype moments, Sis. All right, I'll announce it now. The game that will be replacing or following Ace Attorney 3, so starting May 26th, The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. But Sis, the remake! Fuck the remake! No way in hell I would ever play that. I would never hear the end of it. So I have 2 weeks to figure out how to kill the Great Owl. Boom, 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 boom. Gamers, that's gonna do it for tonight. I want to thank Isaac for the resub. Thank you, Isaac. Big appreciate it. 58 months. And I want to thank you guys for being here. Mwah. Big preach. I'll be back tomorrow night with more Prey. Very much enjoying that game. We're just kind of starting to get into the thick of it. And I'll be back next Tuesday, the 19th, with the Ace Attorney finale. I think next Tuesday is an election day in my area. So I know we kind of discussed the idea of if you want to participate, of getting McDonald's chicken nuggets next Tuesday. I will probably do that for lunch that day. Oh, like I'll go vote and then I'll get that. So if you are going to participate in ordering a piece of the 50, go for it, dude. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get it for lunch because that's what Maya would do. But if other people want to get it on their own time, or if they want to like DoorDash it during stream or something, that's fine with me. I mean, either way, what am I gonna do? Eat chicken nuggets during stream? Like, what am I gonna go live and go, gamers? I'm gonna eat some nuggets for a couple of minutes. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna get it for lunch that day. I can be the start to the 50. As long as we all together purchase and consume at least 50 chicken nuggets. Yeah, that'll burn precious minutes we'll want to have for sure. Yeah. But if you want to wait and get it during stream, that's fine. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got for tonight. McDonald's is the closest fast food restaurant to my house. It is also the closest to mine. Yeah. Well, no, yeah, it definitely is. Hey, thanks for coming, everybody. I'm excited. I don't know what to expect. It'll be raw, I'm sure. We gotta... What are we gonna... How can we pin this on her? She's dead. Unless we can contact the judge of hell. Oh man. What if the spirit of Mia Fey descends from heaven and dispenses like holy justice and like eradicates her spirit from the world? That would be raw. Passing up at least 3 better fast food options in the immediate vicinity to get the 50. You gotta do what you gotta do. Yep, that's it. Big love, everybody. Bye-bye. Mwah, mwah.